The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Baby, that Chicago Bulls intro theme can get just about anybody riled up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Friday night, another House of Stein Hot 10 show. Stein is on his way. YeeZee Yee is at C2E2, and we might have a special guest for this episode. But me and Hood are here to carry the load until they do get here. Hood, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Think I spent too much money today.
Nah. Listen, if you guys have been paying attention to the craziness that's been going on in the comic world for C2E2, everything else, well, I should just say it. If you guys have been following us and Beyond Wednesdays and House of Stein and all the other great crew from our family members from our crew, we've been talking about the craziest stuff in the comic book industry over the last probably couple months, and it's at a crescendo right now, right? I mean, C2E2 is crazy, and big shout out to Cover Price for their great job on, collecting all the C2E2 variants, giving people a great place to, have a list on what's going on. I think the variant list is like at 500 or more at this point, which is right. That's crazy, man. Absolutely nuts. So,
dude, it felt like a fucking shoe drop today, dude. That's what it felt like. That the intensity of that, dude. Like,
yeah,
trying to get some new J's, bro.
Yeah,
I had to get that Spears book, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people had to get that Spears book. And which one? There's so many of them on the list that
I picked up 2 of the unholies, bro.
Oh, that we're gonna talk about these Spears books tonight, you guys. And I don't know what to think. Like, they are so good, especially the 2 monsters. There's 3 monsters variants, but 2 of them are. Stein loves one more than I do, but there's 2 of them that are just fantastic. All of them are amazing, but 2 of them might be some of Mark's best stuff. So. Yeah. We'll talk about that tonight. Plus, you guys, of course, we also have our almost 10 no buy the dip tonight. Shout out to YeeZee, who is in C2E2. Also, shout out to our boy Richie, who will be coming back to comic book content, hopefully tomorrow night on Spec Media for a Buy the Dip show. So you guys can get all your Spec Media Buy the Dip stuff. Tomorrow we'll be back next Friday with more By the Dip. So shout out to our boy Richie. Shout out to the one, the only Ben Stein.
Hey, it's like looking at a ghost.
Hey, Robert Nunez.
He's back.
Robert Nunez with the $2 super chat. He says, "Missed you boys at C2E2 today. Let's effing go." Appreciate you, brother. Hell yeah. How you doing, Stein? How's the day?
Busy.
Yeah.
Hey, you like my new hat?
I do. I think
so. There's a lineman for the Bengals named Ted Karras, and he designs Cincy hats for businesses around the area. And so he designed this one for my wife's nonprofit, for Hope's Closet, right here. And then he sells it, and then a portion of the money goes to the whatever the business is, and then he gets a portion of it. So he does that. He's got all kinds of them.
That is super cool, man.
Yeah, in the Cincinnati area. So
Stein, what's up with the Masters, my friend?
Well, that sucked. Yeah, drove 9 hours. went in for an hour, and then they canceled it on Monday because of the stupid, monsoon that went through.
Wow.
But they are giving us tickets for next year for the
Okay,
same
good.
day. So
Good.
yeah.
Good. I heard a story, and you got to tell me if this is true because I don't follow golf and I don't follow the news anymore. My dad mentioned it to me that there was an ASU golfer that got he got invited to come to the Masters, and like an idiot, he wore shorts and then peed in one of the lakes.
So it was his coach that wore shorts and got kicked out of the course. I guess he's maybe the Arizona State golf coach or something like that.
What an
So he
idiot!
got kicked off. Yeah. But yeah, this kid's still in college, and then he on the 12th hole he forgot that there was a bathroom, and he said he really had to go, so he just went into the woods and peed. And I guess they.
I mean, was there signs that said no peeing?
It's the Masters, bro.
Yeah, the Masters is a different.
It's a different animal.
Oh, it's just
Yeah,
supposed to pee his pants, I guess.
If you run, you're kicked out. If you, my nephew, because like again, we were inside for 1 hour. He walked in, he had his hat on backwards, and they almost didn't let him in. Like they were like, "Sir,
Wow.
you need to turn your hat around."
Okay.
Even like if you have to wear the right attire as a viewer, right? You can't wear shorts and stuff, can you?
Oh no, you can wear. Yeah, you can
Okay.
wear shorts.
Okay.
Yeah. Shorts are fine for. Well, they don't call them fans; they call them patrons. But, yeah, it's a. If you walk in with your cell phone, you get banned. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
I
okay.
agree.
That's all right.
Yep.
It's a different. I will say it's a different world, but it's kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of falls in line with baseball and the tradition of baseball.
Tradition. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tradition. I agree.
It's a gentleman's
right.
sport, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our woe/blow. Let's get into it. Whoa. That's what she said. Mama. That Jeff DeCall cover for Fire and Ice When Hell Freezes Over #1 is fantastic. And if I've ever seen a woe book, that's a woe book right there.
Yeah.
It's just different, right?
It's DeCall saying, "Hey, I haven't had anything crazy in a while. Let me remind you who I am."
Yeah.
Right?
And it's done so well, you know. It's beautiful.
It just looks different now. I don't know what is the deal with this book. Like, why are they making a Fire and Ice book?
That's a great question. I don't get that either, bro. I don't understand why they're making a Fire and Ice book either, out of nowhere. But they're trying to bring the characters back. I mean, they got some really great covers for this. The Dodson, the Nakayama. The Nakayama foil might be really good. There's a Kevin Wada 1 in 25 that's okay. But, I mean, it's a perfect cover book. I just don't know if the inside, the story is going to be good, right?
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I think this is excellent. I just hope they don't make this into a frickin' foil or something. You know, if you're gonna make this into foil, at least spot foil it. Make all the color be matte and the back be foil. Like, do something special. The special has to be something. So James Kreider says it's a sequel to their Fire and Ice Smallville mini. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, but
thanks, James.
Patrick Melograno too.
Was that a hit? Does it deserve a sequel?
That's a great question.
It's almost like you get artists that will do these books because there's clay to mold with. Like, it's hard to do it on like obscure books or whatever. And they go, "What you got?" Well, we've got a Fire and Ice where you can draw 2 chicks. I'll take it.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Yep.
That's mine.
Yeah. Yeah, great shit. Well, that just leaves us with one more thing.
It blows. Oh God.
That
What the fuck?
blows. Ladies and gentlemen, John Romita Jr. strikes again.
Bro, he put Daredevil with fucking T'Challa, bro?
I don't
Bro,
know.
come
Oh,
on,
that's
bro.
rough. It looks like they're they're rubbing noses, right? Like they're
It
Eskimo
looks like
kissing.
he's with Michael B. Jordan, bro. Come on, man. What you doing, dog?
Oh God.
Is
that's
this
rough.
Creed Part 3? What the fuck, man?
Where is her right arm?
Oh shit,
she
it's in
have
his
a-
ass, dude. She put it up his ass.
You can see it's behind. It's right here. You can barely see it, but it
She
still
turned
looks
him
kind of
into a
weird.
Daredevil puppet. Bro, you know, it's like nobody wants to tell John this sucks, dude.
Yeah, this is.
Hey, bro, you sure you want to go with this cover, bro? What about, you know, you're into that intern over there did a pretty good cover. Nah, I like this one. All right, man.
Alex said
The
so
even the
garbage.
people at the printer, dude, they're like, fuck.
Alex says I
You
asked
sure you
my
want me to print
LCS
more?
if
Print it.
if they had a different cover, and they said, "Sorry, no one is buying this book but you." Oh man, that's tough.
Yeah. Do they not understand like personal space? I mean, do you literally just sit there and look at somebody with touching noses?
I'll put it to you this way: if this was a free comic day book, the kids would go, "No, I don't want it, Mom. No, take it. It's free. No." They'd start crying, dude. They never
Yeah.
collect comics again. That's how bad this is.
Yeah. So
Like, I just looking at this, I wouldn't even want to read the story. I don't care if they fucking discovered a new way to make fire, bro.
look
I
at that
wouldn't want to
cover
read that shit.
compared to this cover,
Now that's a fucking cover, bro.
right?
Is
Bro,
that for the,
if-
that's for
If,
the same
if I'm a
issue?
kid,
The same issue.
I want to know what's going on. Who the fuck is that? That's fucking badass.
Same issue.
But I
How
don't
on-
want to read the Michael B. Jordan Daredevil reunion, dude. You know?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our blow book of the week.
And that chick had a fade like Dwight Gooden, dude.
Let's get on to the Almost 10. Starting off with a killer series from 2023, Image Comics Lovesick. This is specifically issue number 4, the Vecchio cover C, which I'd be interested to know how many of these are out there. I like the regular cover B, which is this cover with more in the background, but there's some crazy covers for this series. And this one is selling for a grip right now for some reason.
Yeah, it's like $80. It's not an incentive, right? It's just a C cover.
It's just a C cover, yeah.
And
Crazy.
it's the same. It's like the same cover as the B cover, right? Except for just they bled all the stuff around it out.
Yep, no background.
That's
Yep.
fucking weird, dude.
Right?
What the fuck is he eating, dude?
He's eating blood. He's licking blood off his hands.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's that one's nuts. Absolutely nuts, but it is selling for a grip. So if you're, see any of these in the back issue bin, actually just take a look at the whole Lovesick series. They got some great covers in the whole series. So great book to talk about for the Almost 10 for sure. All right, moving on. Red Hulk issue number 1, the Miko Suyan 2025 C2E2 variant. Now, here's something interesting about this. This was a secret drop. This retailer who put this series out, or this issue out, did a bunch of secret variants. Did you happen to see, if you guys are all out there at C2E2, you guys hopefully saw these secret variants, because some of them are big books right now. But this one is very interesting because, to me, Miko Suyan's art is so much better than just black and white. And I love the color splash part of it with the black and white of Thunderbolt Ross and Hulk. And then, you get some of the color with the color splash, but Suyan's black and white stuff is second to none. It's really good.
I agree. Is there just a non like color splash version of this?
Yes. It's no black and white in the background.
And what does that one look like?
Same, just color. Let me see.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, does it look worse though?
I think that Miko Suyan's stuff always looks worse when it's not black and white. Let me find it real quick for you. Because I don't know if you remember, but Unknown Comics is selling all their original art for all their variants that they did. And they have a ton of variants that they did with Miko Suyan, and they are so good. The original art is so fucking good. All right, here we go. Let me show you the regular for this. All right, here we go. Here's the regular.
It's not bad.
Oh, it's not bad, but no,
not
I
bad.
agree. This black and white's way better.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing. I bet you it sells for more than $50 once people realize that it's a secret drop variant and that type of stuff. Because some of those secret drop variants are selling for a pretty decent amount, but $50 raw, $50 plus is not too shabby. I don't know what the buy-in was on it though. So,
most of the time they're like what, 25, 30, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Again, shout out to Cover Price for doing such a great job on their list. I'll get the chance. There's 533 variants so far, you guys. 533.
That's insane.
Yes. Yeah. So
Man.
let's see.
Gosh, if you bought just one copy of everything,
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Whew.
Well, there's 500. It doesn't mean that there's 500 good ones,
Solid.
Right? Just saying.
Yeah. Let me tell you how much this sold for out the gate. $30. $30. So not too shabby. All right, moving on. This one's awesome. Talk about a perfect almost 10 book. Marvel graphic novel Roger Rabbit and the Resurrection of Doom. Now, this is the first new story from the Roger Rabbit universe in comics. So they did this specifically for the comics, which is cool. I think we would all love to see some new Roger Rabbit stuff, right? I mean, if they did a Roger Rabbit comic and were able to do it the way they want, it would be amazing. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually going to go read this. I'm going to go find one of these and figure out a way to find one of these and read it because I think this is cool.
Yeah, I don't even know if I knew this one existed. But yeah, it was a VF copy, sold for $70. I think the cover price on this is less than $10, maybe. So, I don't even know where you would find this, because it's big. But
yeah, oversized.
It's a hardcover, right?
I don't think it's a hardcover, but it might be. We'll have to look.
It looks like it's in prestige format. So
yeah, I think it's prestige because it did the issue of this that sold was a very fine issue. So
yeah, I don't know. But I mean, this is not like one you would just find in a back issue bin. I mean, you'd have to find this in some random magazine box or something like that.
Yeah, it's a little thicker. I remember these.
Yeah.
So, I thought I had, but I don't. I think I might have sold a couple on Whatnot.
Yeah,
a long time ago.
Real quick, shout out to Lisa Noble who says it's been a hard day. A loved one is missing.
Oh no.
So everybody, throw your thoughts and prayers out to Lisa and her family. Hopefully, they can find their missing one soon.
Yeah,
Soon
that's
and
terrible.
safe.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep. All right. Moving on. This one's interesting. Hedra issue number 1 from Image in 2020 has seen quite a bit of sales lately, and an all-time high for a raw sale, right, Stein?
As far as I could find, yeah, $35 this week. I don't know. I mean, obviously, this came out like right in the worst of COVID, right?
Yep.
So I would think print run is pretty low, but I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that it means anything to anybody if the story sucks or something like that. But I don't even know what this is about.
It's like the way that they explained it was like a 2001 Space Odyssey type thing. So I imagine that if everything is going crazy, maybe there's option news on this. It's the only thing I can think of, So if anybody knows what's going on with this one, let us know, because there were a bunch of sales out of nowhere. Pretty interesting. I like the design of the cover. Simple.
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks very 70s ish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So there you go. Be on the lookout for that one. It is a one shot. So, all right. Next, one of the all-time classics. I remember this one way back in the early Flipside days. 21st Century Tank Girl issue number 2 had a huge raw sale.
Yeah, $90 on this now. Yeah, I remember when this came out, and I think I found it. I think I was in South Carolina then, because I remember buying it from a and like I think I ended up giving away or something like that, thinking, oh, this thing's really never going to be much more than a $15, $20 book. But man, $90 raw for this now.
This Tank Girl run, man. I mean, it's tough to get these books in decent grades, man.
Yeah,
like I've seen them in back issue bins, and they're always dinged up and have a lot of unpressable defects. So
early Titan press book too. Of course, Titan is a Titan with their Conan stuff right now, but this was from 2015. So
Justin's checking on you, Hood.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. It's a mama. I'm worn out though from today, man. I was buying books and bro, I'm tired, bro.
So yes, love the Deadline magazine stuff. I was very lucky.
All right, Timothy, you got one.
The Deadline magazine stuff. So JC Comics says, got this in a dollar bin a year or so ago. Wow. Congratulations. All right, moving on. This is one that I'd never seen before, and I'm so surprised. Neil Gaiman's Norse Mythology, issue number 1, the Bill Sienkiewicz Dark Horse Direct exclusive, which is limited to 300. And I feel like at $50 raw, that's a low price for this.
I thought so too. When I saw that it was only limited to 300, first of all, I think the fact that just nobody knew what this thing was. Yeah. But I mean, a Sienkiewicz that's like Thor on a horse, yeah, dude. with the lightning, and I mean, this is just a cool cover.
It's impeccable. It's impeccable. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful work of art.
So whoever picked this one up for $50, I honestly couldn't even really find any other sales on this in like the last couple years at all. So the fact that somebody kind of knew what this was and was willing to just drop $50 on it, I think was a smart play. So Good for whoever that was.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. It's a great cover, great Sienkiewicz cover. So, all right, next, a favorite of mine. I've sold all my copies of this. I used to pick this one up and the foil one up every time I saw them. For the longest time, I thought this one was not as prevalent, more prevalent than the foil issue, but this one is more rare. Punisher issue number 100, the Michael Golden cover, which they call a gold cover because the Punisher logo is in gold. But if you guys don't know, I talk about this all the time. You see under the Marvel Comics thing in the top left where it's a square box. It says the issue number and the month underneath it. Whenever you see that square box with that looks like that, pick up those books because that means that they were during the Marvel bankruptcy era and they were very low print run. So a lot of the books that have that square issue number and month number like that, they're low print run. And a lot of them, the books were ending at that time because you remember they ended all their books at this time and started over, I believe, with the Heroes Reborn stuff.
Yeah.
So
Liefeld and
Liefeld and Jim Lee and Portacio and Jeff Loeb. And so this book is much tougher to find. And I wish I hadn't sold all my copies.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen this one in a bit, man.
Which you know what's really weird is when you look at the barcodes, this one is listed like when you look at things, this one's like listed as like the variant, but it's actually the other one that's got on the barcode that has got 100-1, and this one's just 100-1.
Which is the reason why I always thought this was just like the A cover and that the foil was the B cover. So, but the foil has a newsstand to it also, so be on the lookout for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one sold for 110 raw. And it was not a near mint copy. It had some ticks on it.
I've seen this sell for as much as $150.
That's crazy. I mean, it's a crazy cover.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, all right. Rare for us to talk about Michael Golden the last couple of years, but Michael Golden is an absolute stud when it comes to comic art. So for those of you guys that aren't familiar with Michael Golden, go do your research. He's amazing. Moving on to one of the all-time greatest covers being homaged here. This is White Widow, issue number 8, the Jamie Tyndall C2E2 variant this year. He's homaging the Michael Turner Supergirl cover, the Panini German variant. That is one of the all-time greatest variants, probably top 5 variants of all time, right? So I remember for the longest time, everybody was so mad when they would send the original Turner German book to get graded. It'd come back a green label because it's hand numbered on the back. Man, what a great cover this is.
Yeah, so. He much respect to Tyndall because I mean he could have fucked this up, but he did it so well. You know what I mean? He nailed it.
Yep.
And having his perspective on it too, and not just making it look like a copy. You know, there's a difference between homaging and then one just making it look almost like the original. Like there's a lot of his Tyndall flavor there. So
they did several different versions of this one. The one limited to 20 was a metal version. It sold for over 100. But there are other copies of this with like different backgrounds and stuff like that. This is at C2E2, so you can go to Cover Price and see all the different versions of this one.
Yeah, I was going to tell Patrick. Yeah, there's no comparison. Like the one Turner did, like, bro, he's a beast. But this is just paying. This is what you call paying an homage, not trying to copy it. It's like an echo to the past.
Yep,
that's all it is.
Yeah, I agree. Really good. Patrick Melagramo says, I own the San Diego Comic-Con and the German for the Turner. This cover is nowhere close. Sorry to be a hater, but nope, just nope. I get it. I understand you can have your own love for it. I know, Patrick, I think you said the other night that you didn't like the Turner homage to that Chris Roop did for the Renegar this year too. I love both of them. I'm with Hood on this one. This one's a good way to do an homage. If you can hit an homage like this, in my opinion, I'm okay with homages. So, and $100 plus is probably pretty cheap for a limited to 20 book. Just saying. Yeah. We'll see that here in a little bit. So, all right, moving on. A book that I did not know about, and normally I would talk so much trash about this book, but for some reason I like this. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 31, the Lyrics Lee second printing, limited to 800. And it of course is the take on the Face It Tiger, you hit the jackpot. Yeah. And Mary Jane being a big issue right now in comic books because of the Venom stuff, and which is so silly. But again, here they are turning her into the superhero the first time for jackpot.
Yeah, there's not many. If you really think about it, there's not that many jackpot covers. I mean, there's a few, but not many. And so this one kind of has, I guess, if there is interest in jackpot, this would be one that I guess you would probably need to go find. And if it actually, I mean, again, we don't know if it's really limited to 800, but if it is only limited to 800, you know, if you're looking for covers of this character, this is probably one of the best ones that you could probably get.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I agree. It's a good one. So $35, like you said, if it's limited to 800, maybe it should be up a little bit. But I agree with you, Alex. There is very little interest in jackpot, but there is some people out there that are fans of it.
Maybe if she was a coke whore or something like that in the comics, and then jackpot might be a thing because it would.
Did you say? Did you say coke whore?
Yeah, like a crack whore. Face It Tiger. It's going to still cost you.
Mary Jane says limited to 800 with 4,200 sitting in a warehouse somewhere. Yeah, that's the problem sometimes with variants. I mean, I don't know who did this variant, but when it comes to variants and print run, you have to be trusting of the retailer that is putting it out. To me, that's the only thing that
they put goggles on her like Aranya, dude. Like, bro, like, what are we doing here, dude?
Yeah,
like
Aranya's a cool character,
dude. So, like, this shit is like, don't buy this shit, bro.
Well, Hood, I will say that I understand your hate, but I can't hate on this next one.
Okay.
Speaking of Mary Jane, all new Venom issue number 5, the John Tyler Christopher Mary Jane negative space variant. This is a oh my god.
Bro, this is a kick you in the nuts, mama, dude.
So Yee said the line has been capped for this one. All con for John Tyler Christopher. He's only selling some of them each day, which is good for John Tyler Christopher. But even Nimesh, shout out to our boy Nimesh, is in the chat. He said JTC's line was stupid. Yeah, but at least he's holding some for each day, you know, and not selling them all out. Gives people the chance to get them. And he has at least three variants at the con, 2 of which we're going to talk about. The other one is a Venom cover that's kind of like the same as the Daredevil cover he did for New York Comic Con that has the concentric circles.
Oh yeah.
So,
but this one, bro.
This one's it.
He fucking nailed it, dude. And he knows it too, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody is like, what? And he goes, man, I was just feeling good that day, man. Just came out great.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I at least if he is selling them every day, that he's not got like boxes under the table that he's just giving out to dealers that are basically cutting the line and taking them from everybody else that was trying to actually buy them.
Yeah.
See, every great artist has a few bangers left in them, dude. When you just getting tired of him doing the same old shit, he's like, okay, motherfucker, bam. And he drops 50 on you, dude. Like, bro, this is like in the top 10 for cover of the year, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's up there.
this is fucking flawless because of the title, the book, the character. Like, that's how you do this character. Not like the Aranya the Aranya tiger, whatever bullshit that was, dude.
Alex and Patrick are making fun of the glasses on the top of the head, but I got to be honest, I like the glasses on the top of the head.
That hits, bro. Come on, look at this again, bro.
Yeah, I like that.
Ghost Sappers saw this sell on Whatnot for $160.
Oh,
why?
My gosh, FOMO, man.
Yikes.
FOMO. So, but
what do you think it's worth?
It's selling for 50 to 60. That's what it's worth, 50 to 60.
Yeah, I think 50 to 60.
Yeah, dude. But when you have that book in your face on Whatnot, dude, or eBay Live, bro,
is this one even?
It's like this. Hey, come here, bro. Come here.
Yeah,
but you don't see that shit online, dude. Like like, ooh.
Is this even limited to like 500?
It's got to be limited.
I don't think so. JTC stuff generally
is print more than 3,000
I wonder how much it's limited to. Let me take a look. Here.
If he was smart, he would have only printed 1,000.
Let's see here. It doesn't say it was a $20 buy-in, and it doesn't say that it's limited. So it could be a 3,000 print run book.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it could be a 3,000 print run book,
bro. I'm gonna have that book in a 9.8. God damn it.
Yeah. So pre-sales for 50. It's the FOMO sudden death auctions that got folks caught up. Yeah. Well, it's a good one. I like it a lot.
But, this is done so well. In 10 years, this book is still be worth something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just look at it, dude, bro. That's mama, bro.
Yeah. It's good shit. All right. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the almost 10 for this week. Make sure you guys come hang out with us tomorrow night for Modern Comic Mayhem on Beyond Wednesdays. We'll be talking with our boy Billy at Economics and Comics, who will be bringing on artist Poolboy to talk about a really good variant that they're doing for Exquisite Corpses. And then, of course, it's mayhem. It gets crazy on Saturday night. You never know what's going to happen, and we'll be probably heavy for Drama Alert. I'll find some excellent Drama Alert stuff to talk about. But
or I can start some shit with Alex right now. Hey, bro, it ain't going to be $30 in a month, dude.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, this upcoming Sunday, Beyond Wednesdays will be having their 4th eBay Live sale. Let me go ahead and hit this. There you go. The link is in the chat. To bookmark this event, I'll have con variants from WonderCon, including a signed McFarlane Brett Booth cover, and unsigned Brett Booth covers, and a bunch of super limited variants from WonderCon, and a ton of major keys and other signed McFarlane CGC slabs. So it's going to be a huge sale. eBay Live, 9 p.m. Pacific, or 9 p.m. Eastern. I think it's going to be, I got to reset the time, I believe, but go bookmark it. Just hit that remind me thing, have a account over at eBay Live, and hit remind me, and it'll remind you when I am up, or just set your own alarm. Keep an eye on my IG for more info. I'll talk about it even more tomorrow on the show. Let's get into the list. Starting off with our Golden Age honorable mention this week, a classic Carl Barks, Donald Duck story, The Legend of the Mummy's Ring, in this 4-color issue number 29 that had a huge sale for a CGC 4.5 this week.
Yeah, it was 2,200. Now, it was part of the River City pedigree. And do you guys own any pedigree books?
I don't own any. I want a Promise Collection pedigree bad. If I was ever going to get a pedigree book, that would be it. I want a Promise Collection book.
I've got a few pedigrees.
Do they have the new CGC label, the gold
label?
No,
I bought one from the John Byrne collection, and it's the Marvel team up with the first black suit.
Spidey. 141.
Yeah, from the collection of John Byrne. So I've got that, and I've got a Savannah Batman book. Really nice the way they shipped it and everything. I bought this years ago, but I've always wanted what you call it, Mile High book, just to have one, but I haven't had the chance. Edgar Church from the Edgar Church collection.
Yeah, the original Mile High collection.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this one was, like I said, this one was River City. I don't necessarily know how much of a premium that would add to it, but I guess some people they kind of like those gold labels. It just adds something kind of prestigious to it that you wouldn't normally get. But
yeah.
I don't know, 2,200 for 4-5 of this. When did this come out? Like in the 40s, early 40s.
Yep, 43. Listen, here's my thing. If at some point I get back into buying comics again pretty heavily, I'm going to go after Carl Barks as a PC collection, because I love the story of Carl Barks. He changed comics in a way that is, the whole story of him is so amazing, and to make groundbreaking literature with a cartoon duck, is pretty amazing. And he did that in a big way. And for the longest time, nobody knew who he was. Up until like, I think the 70s, right before he died, he was just known as the duck artist. Nobody knew his name was Carl Barks, because Disney never put it out. They didn't want to. They would refuse to. The character was more important than the artist or creator. And Barks would write and do art. So just fascinating storyteller.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And Alex is right. There's a killer documentary on him on YouTube that will blow you guys away. So go check it out. So, yeah, shout out to Rain and Threes, who says, guys, 150 in the room, less than half liked so far. Slap the like button for our family members. Happy weekend, gents. Appreciate you, Rain. Much love. OG. Hit that like button, you guys. It will help us out. But big sale on this one, Carl Barks book. Eggplant Comics says, I'm happy to have this in a CGC 2.0. Congrats. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. All right, moving on. Our regular honorable mention, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, the Jinx Silent Missions issue. These were all one-shots that they did. I think they're doing 4 of them. There's a Jinx, a Duke, I think a Beachhead, and a Spirit. The Jinx just came out, and for each of the 1 in 50s, 1 in 25s, they picked a different letter of the G.I. Joe to do a connecting thing with. So there you go. be on the lookout for this one. This is the foil letter variant.
This would have been so much cooler if, like, down where the period is for the GI, if, like, Jinx would have just done like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
I feel like they dropped the ball on these. I felt like they could have done these so much better. These 1 in 25s. They're not as good as I thought they were going to be. But people love them. And it's cool to have a Jinx silent issue. I think if you're going to do a silent issue, she's one of the good ones. You know.
I wonder what once they get all done with all of them, how they're going to look like
together.
Like when together.
For a lot of collectors, this is right up their alley. They don't have to read the fucking book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 You got it. And so I love silent issues, man. I think silent issues are some of the best because creators are forced to tell a story and pacing with their art. And only the best, in my opinion, creators can do that. So, and it's only done in comics, right? There's very few, places where they do these silent issues, no words, or it's not in movies anymore, obviously. So it's only done usually in this medium.
I mean, we could do a Hot 10 silent mission.
I would love to do a Hot 10 silent mission, but we have a sign language interpreter below that's doing all the sign language that we say. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. So, but $50 plus for this one, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Moving on to number 10 this week. Star Wars. This is the facsimile for issue number 1 that they put out this week. Jerry Ordway, 1 in 25. There is a C2E2 variant of this that I really like. Shout out to Alex, who just dropped a $10 super chat. He says, the OG Top 10 show. Thank you all. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yes.
Immensely.
Thank you, Alex. Yes.
Yeah, Razor Comics says that Comics Tom has a better top 10 show, so sorry,
Blasphemy.
guys. We're trying our best, man.
Blasphemy.
Yeah. Who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on the show. But we will have to mention him later.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Gotta step up our game, bro.
Moving on. No, I'm just joking. Not moving on. How much is this one selling for?
This one's selling for $40. And there's quite a few sales of this, which is kind of weird because, 1, it's a facsimile. 2, I didn't know if really anybody was really buying much Star Wars. Just kind of odd, right?
Yeah.
That people would be paying a premium for this.
I'm so over facsimiles, man. I'm so over them. I just, I don't know. I do like the C2E2 variant for this. It's okay. But,
Would you really, I mean, if you saw this, would you think that this is a facsimile of the first Star Wars issue?
Yes.
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, just because of the trade dress and the art.
Take yourself out of knowing that there was a Star Wars 1 from the 70s. Would you be like, if you just were just random Joe Star Wars fan?
No.
Would you look at this and be like, oh, this is a facsimile issue of something from the 70s?
Yeah. No.
Joe, you all right, bro?
Yeah, my shoulder, dude. Collecting comics is hard, bro. I need rehab, bro.
He's picking up too much weight.
You're supposed to switch arms every once in a while, man. You're not supposed to just keep doing the same arm.
Bro, I was lifting a lot of comic boxes today, man.
So, I don't know. What is this one selling for?
Bro.
This one's selling for 40 plus.
Yeah.
Wow. Why are they doing a facsimile for number 1 all of a sudden, too? That doesn't make sense. Usually they do a facsimile for a reason, right? I don't know. Maybe they don't anymore. Maybe they just pick anything. All right. JC Comics says, I'm over facsimiles until the next Whatnot packs. Am I right? Yes, you are right. You are correct. Moving on to number 9. The third straight week that Doom Academy issue number 1, the Lobos second print version 1 in 25, is on the list, continuing to gain momentum on the secondary market, which is crazy.
Last week it was 80 to 100. Now it's 175 for this one. And there's very, very few of these available. Very few. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not a big second print 1 in 25 when it's basically just a version of some other cover. Then it just seems like a cash grab to me. But like if this was its own cover, like
It is
this
its
one,
own
you couldn't
cover.
get this. No, like you couldn't get this
you.
cover any.
I got
Yeah,
you.
like you couldn't get this art any other way. That's a totally different story. Then I think I'd probably be down for it.
Well, I'll tell you this. The storyline in this is garbage. It's really bad. I thought it was going to be great, because I thought it was going to be like I love the Strange Academy stuff. So I was super stoked. This was not good. It was, ugh. So I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on the series for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
So, but 175 plus. That is. I wonder how many of these do you think are out there for a second print version 1 in 25 on this?
Fuck, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But the art is so good. It looks like Adam Hughes' little brother, dude.
I know. Yeah. I love Lobos' art.
Lobos is, man,
real
he's
deal.
gonna be around for 20 years, bro. He's a bad motherfucker.
I agree. And his sketches are great. Holy cow, are they great. Whew. All right. Moving on to number 8 this week, our second JTC book on the show. Now, this one is freaking crazy. For those of you guys that don't know, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1, they rebooted it again, which is stupid, but they did it. And JTC did a variant for C2E2 that has a trade dress on it that looks like this. The version of it, you can only get if you buy these cases, and I think they're limited to 100, right? And they come in these crazy carrying cases. Now, I don't understand what the point of it is. Does anybody know?
Trying to do the Peter Parker suit from.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I saw it on Whatnot tonight.
I was thinking that they were trying to make it kind of look like National Treasures, like.
Oh yeah,
cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where it makes it look like it's super
expensive. Yeah.
Super expensive. And it was like the buy-in for this was like $300. So it's expensive to buy. But the ones that have sold secondary are like $400 to $500.
I've seen it sold for more than 500. Like almost 600.
I like that though. I like what Kilted. It's the Pulp Fiction variant. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Put some LEDs in there and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yellow LEDs.
Crazy though. I mean, that is super expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different. So,
I guess.
If anybody got this, while you're at C2E2, I mean, I would like to know: is there anything else that comes in the case other than the book?
Yeah,
like
I mean,
there better be
there better be motherfucking pajamas in there, dude. Yeah, or some socks, or some fucking socks, or some gloves, or like the mask, something, dude. Don't tell me it's just the book.
I wonder if if the cover's die cut too. Where the eye is. So Nimesh says, yes, there's a metal card with the number on it. So there's that's cool. Each numbered with a metal card. That's
is
interesting.
Do you think that's a card that you could get graded? Is it like an official card, or is it just like homemade?
Yeah, that's a great question. Send us
you use
images
that card to break into
IG,
somebody's
tag
house.
Yeah, I hope this isn't a new gimmick.
I'd totally
too.
be into the
That's
card.
where the real treasure comes in.
Well, there you go. Man, crazy. Variants are getting wild. Well, moving on to number 7, you guys. More facsimile variants or reprints, I guess. Invincible issue number 61, the Ryan Ottley 2025 C2E2 variants. There are 4 of these. There is, you can see all 4 cycling through right now. And, of course, this is the first appearance of, what's his name?
Conquest.
Conquest, yes. So.
Yeah, several different prices for this: 60 trade dress, 100 virgin. The sketch sold for $350. I don't know how limited the sketch. Now the sketch was signed by that I saw was signed by Otley, but I can't really imagine that Otley's signature would like be that big of a premium. So I don't know how rare those sketch ones are.
I don't know how many of the sketch it says, because it doesn't say on the cover price thing. It doesn't say how many it's limited to, but it's got to be pretty limited. So it's interesting.
He's such a great character too, man.
Yep, I agree. Great series.
But it's so, I mean, it still is weird. I mean, to me, like all these Invincible books. I mean, when was the last Invincible issue? Like 6 years ago, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean,
been a while.
And they just keep putting out. I mean, they just keep putting out, or they might as well just do like Walking Dead and just reprint the whole series. And you know, I mean,
I bet you it would sell. Because there's so many of the Invincible books were like so low printed, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're like me and Leg were talking the other night, man. Like you can't find them. I mean, back issues, man, you can't find a good run of them. People have them; they're put away, man. Like there's not a lot out there.
Shout out to Lottie Daw Records, who says, "Coming in late, coming in hot. Why is there less than 100 thumbs up? 72 is unacceptable." We agree. Hit those thumbs up. Moving on. Number 6. Our first Mark Spears appearance of the show, you guys.
Here we go.
Transformers issue number 19. The Mark Spears 2025 C2E2 variant of a classic Transformers character. Yeah. Megatron.
Good,
yeah.
Fucking Mark, god damn it. I called him the devil the other night, dude. Like, stop it, bro.
He said he's going to try and stop in tonight if he gets a chance. So we're hoping he'll be jumping on here soon.
Yeah. I think Cover Price said that this one had a print run of 700. I think is what it was.
Yeah. Let me take a look.
Yeah, this one's selling for 75 to 90. Yeah, pretty cool.
These were flying tonight, dude. On Whatnot, they were flying.
Yeah.
How big's your gun, Joe?
That's just a scope. That's just a scope.
I said,
how big's my gun? You mean guns?
No,
guns.
Your gut. Your gut. You misinterpreted him.
Yeah, how big's your gut?
Yeah.
It's not that bad. Not that bad. You'd be surprised. I've lost weight. You're getting in shape.
This is kind of cool. You know, we joke around here with Comic Tom, and he knows that. But Timothy Brandt says Tom was giving these out to first-time buyers on Whatnot with a purchase. That's cool. Respect for that. I gotta say that. So.
Oh, hold on. Who are we promoting?
Nobody.
We're not promoting anybody.
Mark Spears.
Oh, we're not promoting other people.
Mark Spears.
We're not on the take
yet. You aren't.
No.
Mark is sending me checks all the time, baby. That's why we get him on the show. He sends me a check and I say, yeah, you can come on. So, all right. Moving on to number 5 this week. Batman issue 158, the Batman Hush logo variants, including another secret variant drop, the second secret variant drop of the week. Again, the logo variants, people going crazy for the logo variants.
Yeah, which is what I found really funny, is this Hush secret one is already live, but it's supposed to be given out tomorrow. So
Really? That's
yeah,
weird.
that's what all the listings say. Saturday secret Saturday variant, and it's Friday, and they're already holding them in their hands for sale. So explain that one to me. Doesn't seem too
Bro,
secret.
because they're all drinking right now. They're all like, fuck it, here, fuck it, you want to buy it? Fuck it.
Yeah, so again, I'm never going to say anything about any retailer, other than I will support Big Leg, Clutch, ones that I know for a fact.
Yeah. But Stein's very consistent on not talking about retailers on here for a good reason. So,
but so it's just crazy to me. I mean, you're sitting there calling it a secret Saturday variant, and you're sitting there holding it in your hand. So and it's Friday. So
somebody put it's Saturday in Japan right now.
It ain't in Chicago. It's still 11. It's 11:30 in Chicago. It's still Friday. I don't even know if I really even like the Hush one. I like the regular one, the silver with the black. I think it looks pretty, and it is a foil, so it does look pretty cool. But I can tell you that I'm not spending $60 on it.
Derek says it's 5:00 somewhere. Fuck it. Shout out to our boy Alex, just dropped 5 gifted memberships. Congratulations to Justin
Alex?
Shannon,
Nice,
Sad
Alex.
Bastard, KA, Cosmic One, and the rest of you who just won memberships for the House of Stein.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Alex is an OG, man.
Yeah, man.
Yes, he is. So, good stuff. I'm just these foil variants are interesting too. I don't like the all black Hush one that much, anyways. So,
Hey, do you think I could draw the logo?
I think you can
and make. I mean, can I just randomly pick a character and then just
right? Who drew the bat? Who drew the bat signal?
I mean, it's not that difficult to draw.
Right? Whoa, man, he really went off. Look how sharp the ears are.
Which character has not had a logo variant?
There's probably a couple.
I'm gonna find one. I'm gonna find one, and I'm gonna do my own. I'm gonna draw my own.
Invincible.
Let's just do a House of Stein logo variant. Shout out to Untold Comics, who says, "Good morning, all from the UK." Shout out to our UK peeps.
Ooh, just put House of Stein on the front of a Batman book.
Any book, I don't care what it is.
How awesome would that be?
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I think we should do it.
Amen.
People be like, "What is this?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't care.
It's supposed to be a ghost story.
I wonder if the black secret variant is glow in the dark too, because they just took the glow in the dark one, I think. And
no, it's a foil. It's foil.
Is it foil? It's black foil.
You can look it up on eBay.
Yeah. I mean, wow, that's interesting. Patrick Melograno says, "Make Tosin great again." A Tosin logo variant.
Do a zombie tramp logo.
Man,
Patrick Melograno is an OG.
Dude.
He's been around since Flipside days.
Bro, I pressed so many of those fucking Tosin books, dude. God damn. That paper was shit, dude. Oh my God. Don't even bring that up.
All right, halfway through the list, let's get on to number 4 this week. This one kind of interested me. Batman the Dark Knight, issue number 3. Not the first appearance of the DC's White Rabbit. Her first appearance was in issue number 1 of this series. But this cover, obviously, is probably what people want. Now, is there news of the White Rabbit showing up in some type of something?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. Okay.
Ah, okay.
From what I heard, I could be wrong, but that's what I heard. Now my question is, because I read a lot of the Batman New 52 stuff, but I never read the Dark Knight stuff. Is the White Rabbit actually in issue 1, or is it just the character in issue 1, or is it just like all those other first appearances that are really murky?
I don't remember reading the series either, even though it was Finch.
So I don't honestly.
I think I have this cover. I look at it and it's just like stuff I was going to give away.
I was going to go back and just at least scan through issue 1 to see, if she's actually in it, or if it's just just like her in street clothes or something like that. I've always thought that this book was way undervalued because because this is Finch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finch
just
did
because
the interior art too.
I always thought that this was, and I always try to pick these up. This is actually one of the few books is this the only book this might be the only book I own. Yep. I'm 1 for 20 this week. And this
Kreider
is
says number 1 is first appearance and a full first appearance, but number 3 is first cover.
Okay. Yeah, everybody seems to like this one. And I would assume that as this being the issue number 3 compared to the issue 1, the print run would be way, way lower on this than it would be on the issue number 1.
I just hate when the big 2 use similar characters or create similar characters, because Marvel already had a White Rabbit, right? In that Marvel team up book or whatever it is.
But wasn't that like a joke character? Like they never used that character, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was like what?
The same
that
exact
was
character.
That was like in the 80s, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I believe so. That there was a couple first appearances in that. There was the frog guy first appearance in that frogman thing. But I don't know. Just seems cheesy that for them to start creating a character that's already been created in their rivals comics. But whatever. So how much is this one selling for?
Like 20 to 25 raw.
Nice. Be on the lookout. Probably an easy book to find. They printed a lot of these new 52 books. So
yes, they did.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mark Spears time. At number 3, Mark Spears Monsters, issue number 1, the 2025 C2E2 Wicked Witch of the South variant is on the list.
Yeah, this is the 4th print of issue 1. I do not know how many of this one. I don't think there's a number of how many these are. There have been a bunch of sales, and they're like 120 a piece on these.
That is a cover, man. Again, it's Mark. It's awesome. And these are super limited too, I believe. Do we know how many are supposed to be of these? See
this one I did not find.
So one of these days, we're going to have a checklist of Mark Spears print run for Mark Spears Monsters cover. So I think something might have to be done about that. Hint, hint. Keep your eyes out. How much was this one again?
120.
120. Not bad.
So
Not
if
bad.
you're still at the show and they still have these, these aren't like a Mark Spears booth. It's right. They're just
this is from another retailer. So here's the thing. And I wish Mark was here. Mark said he was going to try and jump on. He was a little busy, but he said he was going to do his best to jump on. And I was hoping to get him on to talk about this, but Mark's talked about this pretty heavily. Mark has kind of decided that he wants to make sure that he knows which covers are out there, who's putting the covers out, how many of them are putting out. So he's kind of sounds like he's dropping the hammer for now on. And after basically, I think this weekend, I think it is, with this there might be a couple more covers that he's already done, months ago. But starting, I think, with Monsters issue number 5, I guess it is, or I think it's issue number 5. The variants are going to be all through him, and he's going to be strictly limiting who gets to put out his stuff. And it's his choice, and I think it's a smart choice. To be honest, I think you got to be careful when you are super hot. I think a lot of people think, oh, that's the time just to flood the market with stuff, and I disagree. I think it's the time to, be steady with, especially in the comic book world, where 90% of these books that Mark's putting out are for cover buys only, right? Because they're all reprints or exclusive variants, so people can read the regular issues. They're not going to be reading most of these. So, him saying, okay, I only want a certain amount of these out, and then Keen Spot can put out a ton of the regular issues. But when it comes to the variants, I don't want them to be flooded. Because what do you see happening? You see a lot of people saying like, oh, look at all the Dynamite variants that are coming out by Mark, and look at all, these variants are, and Mark has no say on any of those. And now he wants to have say on it. And I respect the hell out of that. So, in the future, it's going to be interesting to see how all this works. And these were sold, I don't know if these were sold on Whatnot or at the con. If anybody knows, let us know. These might have been just Whatnot variants too, which is another thing I have a little bit of a problem with. If they're going to be available, if you're going to call them con variants, I'd like for them to be available at the con. Shout out to Namesh, who says these were available at the con. Okay, good. So there you go. Yep. All right. Issue number 2, or slot number 2 on the Hot 10 this week. Another major C2E2 variant. This one being Marvel Rivals, the Peach Momoko issue number 1 Psylocke variant. There are a trade and a version of this one, which basically look the same.
Yeah, because the trade is so small.
Yeah.
The trade is supposedly $19.99, and the version is $8.88. And you guys all know that I am not a Peach Momoko fan at all. But for some reason, when she does, like, when it looks like this, it looks good. Like, this one looks good.
Yeah,
I think it's the colors.
Not bad.
Yeah, and, I think the character Psylocke lends to Momoko's style. Does that make sense?
Totally. Yeah. Yep.
Lens, tens, something.
Whatever.
Lens, you know what I'm trying to say.
Totally.
Yeah. So the trade dress is selling for $90 to $100, and the version's $175.
Wow. No fights though. No fights for this one that we've heard of yet. We'll have to find out more tomorrow. So the rival stuff is going to get crazy, you guys. People are retailers are just starting to figure out that, this is a thing. If they were smart, they would have been doing it months ago. And we're going to see a ton of Marvel Rivals variants because they're going to do an issue 2. But you know what? I think issue 2 that they're going to do is online only. So maybe we're not going to see a ton of Marvel Rivals variants. I think retailers will figure out a way to put Rivals skinned characters on covers, though.
Hold it. So, they're doing issue number 2 and it's online only?
I think so. I think it might be online only. And the thing to it is that you get a special Ben Grimm skin that you can only get from that online book, which is interesting. They just announced it recently. I'll have to do some more research to find out about it. But
that would seem really odd, especially if they're. I mean, I don't know what the sales are on all these Rivals books, but I would think that with people buying even the Rivals, not from the Rivals series, but just from the Rivals, the other, the ones that they put out for the regular issues. I mean, those all sold out. So you would think that these would be big sellers for Marvel. That would be odd to just be like, oh, we're just going to do digital on this one.
Interesting. Yeah, I think it sounds stupid because you would want more people to, in my opinion, if you're Marvel, you'd want to push more people to the comics that are playing the game to go then say, oh, I like this comic. I need to read more comics, instead of they're already online people. Why would you point them to more online stuff? But some people would say, well, that's why you would do it, because they are already online people. So we think differently as comic fans sometimes, So.
Before Bryan does number 1, 2 weeks ago, I was trying to give away those Spawn books. Whoever won that never contacted me. So I need to rerun that. Because they never claimed them.
Well, what we need to do then to rerun it.
Yeah, Ben. They hit me up and they said that I could have them. So just go ahead and send them to.
Send them to you. Okay. Well, I got a huge box. I'm about to ship out to you tomorrow anyway, or this next week anyway. So I'll just stick them in there for you.
What we'll do is after the live is down, you guys comment on the video on YouTube. And we'll pick a winner from all the comments next week. That sound good? That way, make sure you guys just comment, not on the live show, but when the video is done being live, put a comment on the video on YouTube, and we'll pick one of those comments for our winner for next week. So there you go. All right, you guys. The number 1 spot is owned by 2 books this week. Again, Mark Spears continues his domination of hot books. At the number 1 spot, Mark Spears Monsters, issue number 4, the Holy Man C2E2 cover, and Mark Spears Monsters, issue number 1, the Dracula Spider-Man 1 Torment homage C2E2 cover, are at the number 1 spot. And let me tell you, there was some crazy sales on these books this last 2 days. And how good are these covers? This Unholy Man cover is freaky. One of the best covers in all of the Monsters run.
It is freaky.
I spend a lot of money tonight.
Unholy One, that's what it is. Unholy One. Thank you, Jersey. The Unholy One.
I don't know. He looks like Circle Boy to me. But
hey, I bought 2 Circle Boys. I bought 2 Circle Boys, and let me tell you, Mark Spears is going to do the smears remark for me. Smears. 1 of 1. Smears. 1 of 1. It's happening.
You know what's really weird is on my drive home tonight, I was listening to ESPN radio, and they were talking to some guy on the NBA, and you know that reporter's name, Mark Spears.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Jeremy.
Mark's everywhere,
Good to see you, brother.
bro. Mark's even reporting the news.
But yeah, this thing, it looks weird. So yeah, so I was trying not to flood the list with, so just so anybody who's watching this is not super familiar with a lot of these cons, just go back and look at C2E2 variants from 2024 and see what they're selling for today. And they're generally not the best investments. A lot of these con variants, they seem limited at first, and then a year later, they're $20, $30 books. That being said, I think this year is a little different because a lot of these are really low print run. And they're something like this. Like this is totally different.
It's a different artist too, man.
Yeah, it's just these look different. They have a different feel to them. So I try not to flood it with as much as I possibly. I was trying to get as much information out there as possible. Brian suggested, kind of just doing a duel, and I'm fine with that. I mean, I've seen a bunch of people in the comments talking about the Dracula cover. I guess, what'd you say, Brian? One of them sold.
So there was 2 sales, all right, that were monsters. Let me show you guys. So let me do this here. Hold on. This was a sale on the Monsters book, or the Monsters #1 Dracula book that has a sketch and signed by Mark. Sold on Whatnot for $1,500. Okay. And then there was another sale of the foil trade dress of the Unholy One book that sold for $1,250. So not only that, here's how limited these are. So the gold Dracula Spider-Man homage is limited to 50. The red is limited to 300, and the silver is limited to 200. On the Unholy One, the regular trade dress is limited to 100 or to 200, and then the foil trade dress is limited to 10. The Virgin is limited to 100, and the Virgin foil is limited to 10. So those are very limited. Both of these books are very, very limited.
I bought 2.
Hell yeah, bro!
I bought 2.
Yeah, I mean,
look at you go, man.
Listen.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what, man, this fucking character's badass, dude. I wanted this book so bad. I went on Comic Tom's Whatnot, bro, and I bought it. That's how bad I wanted this book.
Yeah.
And he said, "Thank you, Hood." I'll bet. But bro, only 10, only 10 made, bro. I'm gonna have Mark Spears fucking smear the shit out of his name on there, bro. I'm gonna do some funky stuff with that book, bro. Only 10? Come on, man.
I really
Mark
wish
Spears
I
is a
had
bad
one of them.
motherfucker, bro.
I'm jealous of you, Hood. I am super jealous of you, Hood. Congratulations on picking one of those off, because
bro, man, I was so that guy Mark Boa or whatever, dude, was buying all the Spears books, dude.
He's a whale. Lisa says that he has the best
bro.
monsters collection she's seen, and he's getting them signed. And a lot of people, I want to remind everybody, a lot of people are going to Huntsville to get stuff signed by Mark.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Mark is even ready for that. He doesn't understand, how crazy that's going to be.
Right?
But
his hand's gonna fall off, man. He's all, fuck, I'm tired.
Yeah. If you
Signing
guys
his
do
shit.
want to get something signed at that event, I want to remind you guys, shout out to our boy Big Leg, who is doing CGC Signature Series facilitation for the Huntsville, Alabama con. So if you guys have any Mark Spears books that you want to get signed, you need to send them out like today or tomorrow. Like you can't wait. I think the last day that I think Leg is getting ready to leave, or he's stopping submissions on Wednesday. So, but if you go to his link tree, and I'll put Big Leg's link tree in the chat. If you guys go to his link tree, you guys can get, you can fill out the list. A lot of people have already done it, but there's going to be so many people that are going to Huntsville to get Mark's signature. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. So, Alex dropped us $10 super chat. He says, question, do you think Spears books will hold up in price over the years? Here's what I think. I think that the limited ones will. I think the Kickstarter ones will. The Kickstarter ones are the originals, right? And they're very limited. People don't even realize how limited the Kickstarters ones are. The ones that are limited to 10, or I'll say this, the ones that are limited to 200 and under, I think will hold value. I don't know if they're going to hold value of $1,500 a book like some of these are, but they'll hold value. That's my opinion. What do you guys think?
But like when he introduces new characters in this monster line that haven't been done before, like that's appearance, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So Mark's a good writer too. He's a creator, man. So I mean, let this play out. But man, he hasn't shit the bed yet, bro. Like, and he's got, if you look at his trading cards, bro, he's got some shit that he can go and pull. Oh, I'll give you a banger.
Yep.
Like I thought I had text Bryan, but there's some characters that, bro, if he puts them on a comic cover, shit.
Yeah.
Look out.
Yeah. What do you think,
We've been
Stein?
talking about Mark for over a year, bro. We saw this with his Kickstarter shit, dude. And that's why we went ape shit, dude. Like
Hood.
This dude is fucking talented, man.
I was going through and looking at thumbnails of old episodes, and I came across the first time that we saw Pecos Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it was far ago. I mean, I don't even think people realized when I put it on the thumbnail who that character was. So,
bro, I got those books coming this coming week. Those Pecos Bills.
Yeah,
like they're gonna sneak up on everybody, dude.
Yeah, and JT Keel. This is why I think that the monster stuff will hold a little bit of extra value. People are going to realize when Spawn 77 comes out what Mark really is, because most people think Mark's just a cover artist. Mark writes and does the interior art for all the Monsters books. And he's going to be writing and doing interior art for the Spawn 77 stuff too, which will have a bigger group of people that do his stuff, or that will see his stuff and see that it is written and drawn interiors by him, and that will make people love his stuff more. So so I agree with JT.
Bro, I hope they release that in San Diego, man.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, I hope too, man. So yeah, he's
bro, he's gonna hit so
amazing.
big they're gonna try and kidnap his ass, bro. Help me. They're gonna hold his ass hostage, bro.
What do you think, Stein, about holding value on his stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, I don't think there's any guarantee on anything. It has lasted a very long time. I mean, gosh, when was the very first Bride cover?
Yeah, it's been a
I
while.
mean, when it first started getting, I mean, it was like, selling for like $30 or something like that. First made the Hot 10. I mean, that was what, 6-7 months ago, 8 months ago. I mean, you can't ever predict anything, but I will say that these just have a different a lot of this stuff just has a different look to it. And what Hood's kind of trying to say is it all looks different. Each character looks different. And he's got a whole bunch of other characters. I mean, like this circle person, that's the first time I've seen that one.
Yep.
Bro, it's a brand new character, man.
Yeah.
So, would I put $1,500 into it? Probably not. But I don't put $1,500 into much. But I mean, I can see how some people would be like, I want these. I want all of them. They're really hard to get, and so spend your money however you want to. If you want to keep buying these, I mean, you're gonna keep propping up the price for sure.
Well, it's been over a year, and like people have been saying, when he was on the top 10 list every single week, this bubble's gonna burst. Month after month, it's gonna burst, and the motherfucker just keeps coming, dude. Like, so I'm just saying, like, it's expensive for a reason, because at the end of the day, you got to say the stuff is good, right? At the end of the day, you got to, he's just good. So he's got a lot of respect from his peers, and that's where if his peers are saying it, then it's true.
That Bridezilla book is still a $300 9.8 and a $200 raw book.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
I'm waiting for my Kickstarters, bro. When those Kickstarters come in with what is it, the Wolf?
Monsters in the Wolf, yeah. And here's the other thing. The Wolf? Yeah, the other thing, Monsters in the Wolf, which is crazy, might come out, might be shipped out early. Most people that do Kickstarters, they're late, and Mark might ship it out early. So, it's it'll be amazing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, great stuff. Again, shout out to Mark. Just here's the other thing about Mark. A lot of people don't know who Mark is yet because he's so new to a lot of people. Mark is one of the nicest guys in comics, creators, and you want to root for him when you know who he is, and you see him and you hear his story. You guys don't even know how amazing his story is yet. And it'll be for him to tell his story. And when he does, it's just going to make you guys love him even more. I think he's one of the good guys. And that saying, he's one of us, fits it perfectly. I know a lot of people give us crap for, talking about Mark so much, but listen, one, he's the hottest comic and hottest artist in comics. Two, I think we all pretty much love his art to begin with before we even met him. And then when we met him, then it was just like, how can you not be a fan of this guy? So,
that's what I'm saying, Brian. Like I didn't look at the money I threw down today, dude. And that's because I know him, right? So it's just I love the work, and that's the one way you can pay respect to. Just go out and buy his stuff, man.
Support him,
support him.
A lot of people are saying they're just going to Alabama just to support Mark, which is very cool. And here's something important about what Hood said. This day and age of not just comics, but the world we live in, people will buy stuff more to support the person that's putting it out rather than the enjoyment for the IP, if that makes sense. So back in the day, comic publishers would never even some of the covers, some of the creators, you'll never even know who they are because the IP was more important than the creator. Nowadays, I'm not saying that the creator is more important than the IP, but they can be on a pretty similar level because people will support a creator and buy all their stuff because they love that creator, and might not even read some of the books they buy. So
Right, it's just like someone going into an art gallery and just buying everything.
yeah.
I want everything this guy has.
Yeah.
You know?
Big time shout out to Still Only 35 Cents, who's in the chat. He says, Mark Spears Monsters is a great series, even without the variant covers. Make sure you guys go give Still Only 35 Cents a follow. He's a great content creator based out of Australia. I was very lucky to meet him in WonderCon this year. And really, really good content creator. Check him out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Bro, I will say, like, the Davis Rider and the Comic Tom whatnot, bro, when they put those Spears books up, it was fucking electric, bro. And people were hitting me up in the chat, Hood, are you gonna get it? Are you gonna get it? You know, and it was fucking egging me on, dude. And I was like, yep. Right.
Yeah.
As soon as talk about peer pressure, they were like, oh, okay, you're a Mark Spears fan, show us. And I was like, okay, I got to put the money where the mouth is. So now I need Mark Spears to smear it, like to Mark Spears to Mark Smears, and he's going to put his DNA on there for me. With the thumb.
The smear.
Smear. You want a smear, Hood? I'll give you a smear, motherfucker.
So very, very cool stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, great list tonight. Shout out to everybody that's out at C2E2. Big weekend for con stuff. We're in the middle of con season, and it's just going to get better. We've convinced.
I will say to Ben, like last year's C2E2 variants, like, you know, like where are they now type of thing. Like the art this year, like the Dan Panosian Black Hat that he did for Amazing Spider-Man was amazing. The GI Joe covers, the silent issue was amazing. The Michael Turner homage, like these artists really brought their fucking A game to this con. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna be broke if they do this shit in San Diego, because there was so much good art, and we went through it the other night on Wednesday. It was just like, I can't remember this many bangers at a show. It's been a while. I mean, like this art was better than New York, bro.
Yeah.
So,
well, we have convinced Hood to make the trip to San Diego this year. Now we just got to convince this guy to make the trip this year. You got to do it, Stein. Come on,
it's
man.
Either so look, it's either because San Diego is a week before the National Sports Car Convention.
Oh man, you don't need to go to that. Come on, man.
Well, I do, because I need to I need to move this this
101
superfractor I've got. Yeah. And I can't do that at San Diego, but I'm not even sure I can make it out there.
Send it to Golden, dude.
Send it to Heritage.
What I'm holding right now is hey, let's go. Come on, Ben. Let's do it, bro. Let's go.
Can you have? I mean, so this is just a stupid question because I don't really know. I mean, I thought tickets were, you can't get tickets.
Hey, bro. Bro, I'm looking at you like fucking Doc from Back to the Future. Bro, tickets? Where we're going, we don't need tickets, bro. Come on, man.
You don't need tickets? How do you get in? I'm so confused.
Listen, man, we'll figure out a way to get you in.
Bro?
Yeah. And here's the other thing. Most of the fun you're going to have isn't even on the con floor, Stein. So I don't think you'll have to worry about getting into the con.
Yeah, you beat the shit out of somebody, take their tickets.
Let me look and see how much flights are. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We got to get you out.
I was going to say something about flying, dude, but I don't want to scare Mark, man. Like,
no, Mark's
going to be his first flight, right?
Mark said he's coming. He said he's going to do it. So, it's going to be a lot of people's for San Diego. It's going to be Hood's for San Diego, Mark's for San Diego, Stein. It could be a trifecta. It could be your first San Diego. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
There,
So there's a
yeah,
chance.
yeah,
Yeah.
one in a million.
I'm just excited for comics again, dude. And I just hope like we get some good movies to go along with it. So,
Amen. Amen. I'm with you, man.
yeah.
So, all right, you guys. Great list this week. We're gonna run through the Hot 10 quickie. I want to remind everybody, come hang out with us tomorrow night, Modern Comic Mayhem. And then we'll be doing that 10 p.m. Eastern. Going to be crazy over there. Shout out to our boy Richie. He was going to try and make the show tonight. He didn't have time. He will hopefully be back next week. He's going to try and make Monocomic Mayhem tomorrow. He's going to try and do a Spec Media show on Sunday, so follow him. Stein, what do you have? You have anything interesting coming up?
Maybe, but
Maybe.
I don't have a
Doesn't wanna
time
say it
frame
yet.
yet. So,
All right. All right.
but I do have I've got things in the works, but I don't have anything finalized yet. And once I do, then I will say this: whenever I do have anything finalized, you will just want to make sure that you are subscribed to
Yes, you
this,
do.
because that's going to be. You can follow me on Instagram, which is great, but you really just want to be subscribed to this channel, because that's pretty much where you will find out stuff that you would want to know for sure.
Yeah.
Very possible, Alex and Tetra. Those are building as we speak. So, yep.
Sweet. So there we go, you guys. What do you think, Hood? You got anything coming up?
I'm probably going to jump on Whatnot tomorrow, man, to pay for my fucking Mark Spears books, bro. So we'll see, man. Like, I've got a lot of Invincible. I've got a lot of crazy variants and Transformers, and I'll probably run some pressing submissions. So I don't know what time yet. I'm off tomorrow, so that was kind of the plan. So we'll see what happens. If you guys like good books, you know what I got. So we'll bring it.
Make sure you guys are following Red Hood on IG. So when he does decide to do his next sale, you guys get notified.
Yeah, I'm going to do it tomorrow. You just talk me into it, Brian.
There we go. So follow him on Whatnot as well. We'll put the link, and let me find you on there real quick. So I can.
Nah, man, I ain't gonna fight my mother-in-law tomorrow, man. I got a day off from her ass, bro. Yeah, spring sale. There you go. Hey, hit me up on IG if you guys are looking for anything, dude. That way I can have it tomorrow. I'll probably try and jump on about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon and see what's up. Hopefully Davis Ryder and Comic Tom don't go on at that time.
All right, let me find. Here we go. Here is Red Hood's IG account. So make sure you guys follow his IG. It's at Redhood Comic on IG. So very easy, and he'll post the link for his Whatnot sale on there as well, for you guys to all be reminded on when his stuff goes on. Like I said earlier, I will be back on the eBay Live app on Sunday night. You guys can go and check out the link. If you guys want to take a quick picture of this QR code, it should give you your thing to bookmark the sale. And if you guys don't want to use the QR code and just want to click the link to bookmark it, there you go. It's in the live chat, and we'll see you guys over there soon. It's going to be a crazy sale. Got a bunch of crazy stuff from WonderCon, including McFarlane autographs and more. So much love to all you guys. We'll see you guys soon. Stein, what do you say?
See ya.
So yeah.
All right, starting off with our Golden Age honorable mention, 4-color issue number 29 is on the list. There was a big sale, a CGC 4.5 sold for $2,200. It was a River City pedigree, and this is a classic Carl Barks comic. Includes a classic Donald story, Donald Duck and the Mummy's Ring. This is from 1943, and it is a banger. Faux show. Our regular honorable mention is G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, the Jinx silent issue. These were all one-shots, I believe, that they put out as silent issues in homage to the OG issue number 21 anniversary. This is the 1 in 25 letter variants that are foil covers. This one is selling for $50 raw on the secondary market. At number 10, Star Wars, issue number 1, the facsimile. This is the Jerry Ordway 1 in 25 facsimile variant that they put out just this week. It's selling for $40 plus raw on the secondary market. At number 9, for the third week in a row, Doom Academy, issue number 1, the Lobos second print version 1 in 25 is on the list. This time moving up in value on the secondary market. It was selling for $80 to $100. Now it's $175 raw. At number 8, The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1, John Tyler Christopher 2025 C2E2 variant carrying case edition. This Virgin variant was only available in the carrying case, I believe limited to 100, not 10. But they were a $300 buy-in, selling anywhere from $400 to $550. At number 7, Invincible issue number 61, the Ryan Ottley variant facsimile covers. There are 4 of these. The books are C2E2 variants as well at Ryan Ottley's table at Artist Alley this weekend. With sales reaching decent numbers, 100 for the Virgin, 60 for the trade dress, and 350 for the sketch. At number 6, Transformers issue number 19, the Mark Spears Megatron variant from C2E2. This one is selling raw for $70 to $90. At number 5, Batman issue number 158, specifically the Hush logo variants. There is a secret black logo variant that came out at C2E2 this week. The silver is selling for $60 raw and the black $125 plus. At number 4, Batman The Dark Knight, issue number 3 from 2011. This is the first cover appearance of the White Rabbit. She first appeared fully in issue number 1 of the series, but with news of her being Peacemaker bound, this book is selling for $20 to $25. At number 3, Mark Spears Monsters, issue number 1, the 2025 C2E2 Wicked Witch of the South variant. This one is available at C2E2 as well and is selling for $120 plus. At number 2, Marvel Rivals, issue number 1, the Peach Momoko C2E2 variant. There is a trade and a Virgin for this. Trades reaching $90 to $100 with the Virgin $175 plus. And at number 1, more Mark Spears Monsters craziness. 2 Monsters books at C2E2 this weekend sold for crazy amounts of money. You have the Mark Spears Monsters number 1 Spider-Man number 1 homage featuring Dracula, and then Mark Spears Monsters number 4, the Unholy Man cover. Both with different limited amounts depending on the variant you're getting, but sales of $1,500 and $1,200 respectively for the limited ones, and then regular sales of $200 plus on the regular covers. So crazy Mark Spears stuff, but totally warranted for how great the art is, how great the creator is, and how limited these books are. Be on the lookout for them. We appreciate you guys checking out the House of Stein for the week of April 11th, 2025. We'll see you next time. Adios.